A shared workplace planted the seed for friendship, and a shared war experience deepened it for two combat veterans now in their mid-70s.
Well, I'm the service, he's the sacrifice.
I met John in 1976.
I consider him an older brother.
The friendship between John and Del Rey is going on 5 decades.
A real friend is true. They'll tell you what it is, whether it's good or bad. They'll let you know.
Black man from the South, white man from the North. A first impression might summon the word unlikely.
As we've gotten older, we've gotten closer.
But only days after they first met at work, Del Rey invited newcomer John to a family gathering.
The second week I was there, he invited me over to his house, his mom's house, for Saturday morning breakfast. And I walked in and she was a wonderful, warm, beautiful mom. And she gives me the big hug and just a southern welcome. And she's, Del told me about you. And
their friendship deepened after each learned of the other's combat days in a shared war.
I had been there about 6 or 7 months. You know, I don't remember a lot. I was in a bunker, and this hand grenade came in and blew up.
And did it wound you severely? Was it a life and death wound?
It was pretty bad. My toe was blown off, and they surgically replaced it. I had 163 stitches in my body total, from my feet all the way to my head.
How were you treated as a black man in America's Army? Were you discriminated against at all?
In some ways, systematically. But I managed to, I'm usually pretty good in relating to people. So I managed. I think it was a positive experience because I learned a lot about what I never would have experienced if I hadn't gone to Vietnam.
I went in a boy and came out a man. Learned to enjoy and appreciate the importance of adrenaline, especially in combat situations. I was responsible for a track and all the guys on it, and it's war. So, but with the fellas, you really do bond. That's why when I met Del Rey, I had a kindred spirit right there.
John encouraged Del Rey and his family members to pursue college.
John is responsible. My mother went back to college and got her degree at 65. And I got my master's degree at age 62, thanks to John.
Del Rey taught John patience.
And his advice was clear, and he said, John, if you can't change society, then change your attitude. And that became a mantra for me. Listen better, talk less, and listen more.
And this guy was just a rock.
Del Rey writes poetry about family, and passages in this book about a cousin also capture his decades-long connection with John.
Kind of lays down the foundation for what life is all about. Friendship, dignity, honesty, and care.
If the first impression of this pair was unlikely, perhaps the last might be undeniable.
Del's been there, and he's just my best friend.
Del Rey and John see each other a couple of times a week, certainly friends for life. Robin?
A beautiful relationship. Thank you for sharing.